Hey there, my name is Mikita, and today I would like to break down the project I recently uploaded on YouTube. It's called The End of Evangelion. To be honest, I didn't expect any attention for this video, because it was just a part of my portfolio project, but I received a lot of positive comments, and I think it would be a great idea to show you some behind the scenes. It was my graduation project at university. Yep, I literally have Evangelion on the title of my work. Overall, this project took around 6 months to complete, but the actual work took about 4 to 6 weeks of intensive production. Just the final rendering took roughly 30 hours, not counting the scenes that didn't appear in the final cut. I made the full project using only Blender, Adobe After Effects for post-processing, and FL Studio for sound design. So let's take a closer look. The opening scene is actually pretty simple. It's just a cylinder with a wood texture, some grass assets and the water. The water you see in the background was made using the ocean modifier. Most of the mood in this shot comes from the lighting and volumetrics. The full scene sits inside a red tinted volumetric cube, and the main object is lit using a few control lights and one main light to shape the look. There is also a subtle dualism on the camera. It moves forward while the focal length slowly decreases. For the camera shake here and all other shots, I used a free add-on called Shakeify. And to give the wood more depth and detail, I used displacement maps with subdivision surface modifier. The camera movement in this scene is also done using Shakeify. When the spear flies toward the camera, the influence of the shaky effect increases. This helps to show the weight and scale of the object. To make the spear movement more dramatic and exaggerated, I use a deform modifier. The background simply is made from two spaced images, one placed far away and one a bit closer, with an alpha mask. This creates a light parallax effect. The whole scene is placed inside the same volumetric we've already seen. You will notice it shows up in every scene. I would call it the glue of this scene. In the next scene, 02 unit appears for the first time. I worked on this model for about a month. Not full 8 hour workdays or anything like that, but still it took a decent amount of time. The hardest part was finding the right balance in shapes and materials, so it wouldn't look too cartoony, but also not too heavy or overdone. I made the materials pretty worn and uneven on purpose. Whenever I tried to make them clean and uniform, the unit started to look like a plastic toy. To avoid that, I mixed materials together. A colored metal material for the painted parts and a white one for the scratched areas. The scratch was generated automatically using an ambient occlusion mask combined with a nice texture. Overall, I'm really happy with how the model looks, even though I didn't have much time left for rigging. The rig is very simple, just a basic IK rig. No constraints for the mechanical parts. And it's not really suitable for dynamic animation, but for static poses it worked perfectly. This scene is contain unit model, few burning trees, some lights and smoke simulation. The smoke simulation was made from scratch. Now you can see settings on the screen, but I want to create another short video guide about creating the smoke and fire on Blender soon. The second part with Asuka may look complex, but in fact from a different view it looks like that. Hair was simulated in that place to suit the shot. The model of Asuka I took from Sketchfab and played with materials to achieve more realistic looks. Wires on the background was simulated with close simulation. Handles I've modeled by myself, but other less expressive elements just took from Blender Kit. This scene I considered as the best one, but do you know how many hours the rendering took? 12. 12 hours of rendering for a couple of seconds of animation. But let's not dwell on the negative. The scene itself is not that scary. The unit is posed with smoke in the background from a free VDB library. It's basically a bonfire, but I scaled it up and slowed it down. Now it's firestorm. Something like that. A few trees in the background, a couple of additional light sources and it's done. The last scene, I think it's more important to talk about the serial units first. In fact, it's the same model as Unit 02, only with a new head and wings. The wings move on constraints to the shape key. It could have been done more simply. but at the time it seems like a good idea. I placed Unit 02 in a pose with a spare pierce in it, 2 units in the background, a volumetric cube covering the entire scene, and I also placed a large box above the unit itself, which helps to shade the necessary parts of the scene, and that's it. I also added text to the scene, but decided to change it during edition. Although maybe I should left it as it was. Now this option seems more attractive to me. I did the voice acting through 11 laps, and checked all the Japanese lines and voice acting through ChatGPT. Yes, I don't know Japanese. Completely. In After Effects I just added some noise, a little glow, and some overlay haze to hide the render artifacts. That's all I wanted to share today. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.